Fear and anxiety are probably the two closest words to describe when someone is going to give a speech. Let's be honest, forgetting some lines, stuttering, or even slipping on the stage are some examples that make you afraid to perform in public. Then you might be wondering why I look so relaxed as if I have no burden right now. Well, that's mostly because I'm just talking in front of a camera. But don't get me wrong, when talking about the public stages, I have been in those situations before. Those scary, creepy, and frightening moments right before we do something. But instead of feeling anxious, we should see moments like this as an opportunity for us to shine. That being said, most people do not make use of this opportunity and end up regretting them. So this is where I come in. Hello internet viewers, my name is Fayyaz Rashyadi, and I want to help you out in revealing your true self. When talking about unveiling yourself, most people tend to feel afraid, especially when given the moment to be in public. May that be in a simple presentation or even a complex talk show. The main problem here is self-confidence. Most people tend to have a lack of confidence every time they go public. Then you might be wondering, what is self-confidence and how it affects us? Well, let me tell you. Self-confidence is one's attitude to believe in themselves. And once you believe in yourself, you'll be able to control your emotions. Eleanor Roosevelt once said that no one can make you inferior without your consent. This basically shows that everything you do depends on how you see it. Do not see the stage as a scary or frightening place. Instead, see it as a place where everyone would love to hear your story. Therefore, I believe being more aware towards your perspective on something is important. For example, if I join any speech competition, whenever it is, I never see the stage as a scary or even competitive place, but rather a place where I would love to tell my insights. Nevertheless, building self-confidence is not something to achieve overnight, or even after you hear my speech. It takes lots of practice and consistency to be confident. But then, how can we build this self-confidence? Well, let me tell you. One's self-confidence gets boosted when one realizes their own strength. Strength here doesn't mean that you're physically great, but knowing more about yourself and knowing what you're good at. The funny thing is, back when I was in elementary, I was forced to partake in a talent show where everyone would show their best skills. But I wasn't sure of mine back then. So what did I do? I decided to do a magic trick that I watched a few days before the show. Did I succeed? Well, definitely no. I failed badly. I was laughed at many people and it was a horrible experience for me as a kid. But growing up, I laughed at that moment towards this day. It's funny to think how I supposed to succeed a magic trick that I haven't even practiced before. But most importantly, I didn't showcase my own talent, but rather someone else's talent. And for me, most people tend to feel this way. They try to imitate others because it seems cool or fascinating, not knowing that they have their own special thing. Or I would love to call it their own spark. Yes, spark. You heard me right. Spark can be anything for me. May that be your skills, your passions, your beliefs, or anything within you that can make you feel motivated. Imagine all of the jobs in this world. They have their own specialties. For example, doctors, policemen, pilots, and many others. They have their specialties to do tasks that can only be done by them. By that analogy, I believe that each of you has your own spark. And once you feel like you have the spark, you should be brave enough to embrace and develop it. Don't be afraid if one day the results of your action don't go as planned. Mark it as a stepping stone to jump higher. I wasn't always fluent speaking like this. I failed several competitions, or even just simply talking to a new person. But I marked that as a lesson to improve myself. Sparks don't go lit if there is no one trying to light it up. But if you're like me in elementary, what happens if you don't feel like you have one yet? Then go find it. Go explore the world and find what may interest you. There are lots of things this world has to offer. I believe that each of you here that's watching this video have your own spark. And it's important for you to believe that you have it in yourself. Yes. Moreover, having faith on it is important so that you will be able to show to the public when needed. And by doing so, you will build your confidence. Lastly, I hope everyone that's watching this video can also sense my spark. Thank you.